Hello, and thank you for joining us for this lesson on Workbooks CRM. Make sure you check out our free live training webinar class schedule at www.lucidswitch.com/webinar. Also, follow us on Twitter and Facebook for updates on Workbooks, CRM best practices, and new video tutorials.
Hey guys, welcome to our Workbooks training videos. In this video, I'll show you how to create an activity report within Workbooks. Now, the first step is to make sure you have some activities to work with in Workbooks. So I'm going to go into Start, and then I'll click Activities. I'll just switch this to All Activities. And here you can see here some tasks have been created within Workbooks already. I'll just double check and assign a task for today. I'll create a new meeting. I'll just call this follow up with developer. Location could be anything like Skype. I'll assign it to someone, and then I'll choose the contact. Test, that's fine. So I'll just want to make sure the date is set for today and perhaps a later date so I don't get any reminders. By default, Workbooks will always set these at 1 hour apart from each other between start date and end date, so you can always change it if you want. I'll just save and close this. Okay, so that's in the database right now. So let's create a report to show those activities. So I'm going to go into Start and Reporting. Now I want the report to be able to show today's activities, tomorrow's activities, and overdue activities. So that means we'll need to create 3 separate reports to show each of those things. So let's start with today's activities. We'll go into New Report and we'll go create a new blank report. We'll create it from Activities. And here we'll just give it a name. And a description. And then I'll just hit save. Workbooks will send this across to the Details tab for me. And here I get to choose which columns I want to be shown in my report. And here's the preview window for the data that will be displayed within the report. So first step would be to add a column. From the report, I want to be able to show the subject and type. This will show me the subject and type of the activities. If I hit refresh and preview here, it will show me all the activities with their subject and type. I'll add more columns. I'll add due date, so show when it's due. See, due date is shown over here. I'll add another column. End date. If I refresh and preview this, I'll show the end date. I'll show who it's assigned to. And one more. I want status as well. Nice. So this shows our activities, but unfortunately it shows all activities and we just want to show today's activity. So let's change that in our criteria. So if I go here into criteria, I'll add a criteria. I'll select the due date. And I want the due date to be today in operator. I'll save and close that. If I refresh this, great. Now it only shows today's activities. Now there is one other thing we can add. Notice that the status is set to new. If one of these were complete, it would show that as well. But in a report, we don't want to see activities that are already complete. So let's add a criteria to change that. I'll go to status. I'll say is not complete. So if I refresh this, there won't be any changes because we didn't have any activities that are complete, but if there were any, it would not show here. So I can save and run this. And this is essentially the report for today's activities. So I can close this out, and now I'll do overdue activities. I'll go into new report. Instead of going to a new blank report, I'm going to click from another report. And I'll click the report we previously made. What this does is that it copies all the columns from that report as well as the name. So we kind of want to change this name. Just save this now. Now because we already have our columns that we need, I could just go into criteria, and the only thing I need to change here is the start time. I'll change it from due before today. And because the status are already set to is not complete, that should give us some tasks which are more or less overdue. So if you notice on these dates, it's before today. Great, that's exactly what we want. So I'll just save and close that. I'll create another report for future activities. Remembering to change the name of the report. Call this pending. I'll save this. Again, because I built this from an existing report, I already have the columns that I need to show in my report. So the only thing I really need to do is to change the criteria. I'll change the start time. I'll change this from, well, rather to after today. Save and close. Refresh and preview. And this will show me tasks which are essentially tomorrow. I can save and run now. And there you go. Report for tomorrow's or future activities. And there you have it. 3 reports for activities. Well guys, I hope this video was very helpful. Be sure to follow us on www.lucidswitch.com.